Please! Lend me all of your energy! Kakarot is my prey! I need to help Goku complete the Spirit Bomb!
Hey guys, so today we are going to be taking a look at the upcoming, I guess this is technically a Carnival LR. Super Saiyan Goku, Super Saiyan Vegeta, and then Super Saiyan Trunks from the Android 13 movie. So we just took a look at the animations there. There's two things I want to quickly point out. Am I the only one who loves this sound? I'm actually really glad they used this again. Let me see if I can actually have this play here. Let's click watch again. Before that, right there. Am I the only one that loves that sound when he absorbs? They actually play the same exact sound in the AGL Spirit Bomb Absorbed Goku. I don't know. I don't know why I like it so much. It just sounds cool. I don't know. Also, what is this? 1940? Okay, whatever. Anyway, let's take a look at the character. All right, so of course we have Super Saiyan Goku and Super Saiyan Vegeta and Super Saiyan Trunks (parentheses teen). Let's go. The all-out ultimate battle. So they are int type, which means they are going to be getting 5,000 to each stat. 24,000 HP, 17,500 attack. That is definitely a low attack stat for a summonable LR. But they have a lot of defense. 17,300 defense. That is insane levels of defense. All right, let's take a look at their stuff here. Super Saiyans, 200%. Huh. So I have this Goku. I just had this pulled up ahead of time, the Goku page, so that we could very easily find every single thing that we want to find here. Let's just go here. We can easily find the Super Saiyan category. So let's just take a quick look here. We have, of course, the old Spirit Bombs were Goku. We have AGL Gohan. We have the Metal Cooler movie, Goku and Vegeta. We have the story mode Trunks and Broly, which of course are not yet released on global, but they're actually not bad. I do kind of like how they designed them. We have the Cooler movie Goku, Goku and Gohan, Gogeta. I mean, you could just go down the list. We have a lot of different viable Super Saiyan characters. Sword of Hope Trunks, future Gohan. That's a big one. The Carnival LR prior, I think it was actually last year for JP, they got the Hachiak special plan to eradicate the Saiyans. It's kind of interesting that they named this guy Goku, and then they didn't name this guy just Goku. What's the difference? There's actually more characters in here than the one we're getting now. What else do we have? I mean, there's just so many different characters. So depending on how this character is designed, we've got God Goku here as well. Depending on how this new character is designed, this can be a very powerful leader skill, actually, even though it is only one category here. Okay, let's take a look at their passive. So the 3 Super Saiyans, of course, we already saw that they have an entrance animation. So activates the entrance animation once only and attacks effective against all types and reduces damage received by 30% for 5 turns from the character's entry turn when there are 2 or more Super Saiyans or movie heroes category allies on the team upon the character's entry. So obviously that does not include this character because it says another 2 or more. But if you're using this as a leader, obviously it's going to count the friend, right? So you really need to have just one other Super Saiyan or movie. I mean, yeah, I'm sure it's going to be tough to fit in a movie hero character on your team. No. The answer is it's not tough. Okay. And then they get Ki +3, attack and defense 180% at the start of the turn. That's their baseline stat spread there. Then they get an additional attack and defense plus 130% when attacking. That is very powerful. Again, whenever we have these start of turn numbers that are getting multiplied by on attack numbers, things get pretty crazy. And that's what we see with characters like Limit Breaker Vegito. That's one of the reasons why Limit Breaker Vegito hits so hard, is because he has super ridiculous start of turn stats, and then he's getting a lot of additional stats on super attack. Then they get an additional Ki +3 per int Ki sphere obtained. Randomly changes key spheres of a certain type, int excluded, to int key spheres when there is another Super Saiyans or movie heroes category ally attacking in the same turn. So they are a type orb changer to int key spheres. I think that's... I mean, we'll have to wait and see. That can be hit or miss. The situation where that becomes very powerful is if you pair up this character with a rainbow orb changer. Right, so like Path to Power Kid Goku would fulfill the movie hero condition while also rainbow orb changing. That could be a pretty good pairing, I think, right, with this character. We'll have to wait and see. Obviously, I don't know if they're going to share a lot of links with each other, but that in terms of just passive synergy, that should be pretty good. Launches an additional attack that has a high chance of becoming a super attack for every 3 key spheres obtained. Up to 3 additional attacks within the turn. I like that. That is awesome. I actually like this. Now, people are going to look at this and they're going to expect me to say, I hate this character, because I'm always talking about how much I hate additionals that have a great chance to be a super attack. I actually would prefer if they just kept all of this at high chance. And the reason why is because I feel like just great chances to super are just such bad design, because you're always expecting it. It's always going to be in your favor to get the super attack because it's a 70% chance. So when you hit it, it doesn't feel that great. And when you miss it, it feels terrible. So it's kind of almost a lose-lose situation in terms of game design. From a philosophical game design standpoint, a great chance to additional super, great chance to guard, great chance to activate a scouter effect. It's all terrible game design because it doesn't reward the player in situations where you actually hit the 70%, or it doesn't bestow a feeling of you got rewarded, or it doesn't feel great to get it because you're expecting it. I'd rather they just make all those great chances 50% chances, but then buff the character in ways to where they're compensating for the 20% less chance to get whatever the effect is. Obviously, for dodge, I'm fine with 70% dodge, because dodge at 100% would be way too strong, obviously. But I actually like this. This is a new mechanic. I mean, this actually goes with what I was just talking about, like Path to Power Kid Goku being a rainbow orb changer, pairing up with this character being a int orb changer. You'll easily be able to get max key for this character, and then if you end up getting like 9 orbs for the unit, I mean, you're gonna get an extra 3 supers, right? So it says for every 3 key spheres obtained. So the maximum amount of key spheres that you would need to get in order for this character to get their maximum amount of 3 additional attacks, obviously is 9 key spheres. So if you get 9 key spheres for this character, they're at their max potential. They're at their strongest. So that's I do like this a lot, actually. I'm a pretty big fan of this design. Now, overall, the character is not particularly complex. Like they're not doing a bunch of different mechanics. They're not, introducing like 500 different, they get different abilities in slot 1, different abilities in slot 2. You have this restriction, then you're able to get guard or a scouter. Like they're not doing a whole lot. They're pretty basic when you look at the entire passive here compared to a lot of other recent characters we've gotten. But I actually do like that final mechanic. It's new. It's interesting. I do like when they adventure and experiment with different things. Okay, so we have the active skill, the the Spirit Bomb Super Saiyan is what they call it. Can be activated when all allies attacking in the same turn are Super Saiyans category characters starting from the 3rd turn from the start of battle, or starting from the 6th turn from the start of battle. So they really want you to run Super Saiyans here. And if you don't, you can still use it on turn 6, which typically turn 6, at least with a lot of the most recent content, the difficult, short, like Dismal Future Red Zone-esque fights, that's typically when you're like approaching the end of the fight. So even in the shorter content, you're still going to be able to use this most likely. It'll be like a finishing move. So this massively raises attack temporarily, causes ultimate damage to enemy, and within the turn activated, all attacks become crits. Okay, so you probably don't want to go a lot of crit on this character. I mean, it's only going to be for 1 turn, right? And then they don't have any crit built into their passive. Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, you probably can you probably can get away with going crit on this character because this is the only turn where they're really gonna, you know, have crit built into their kit at some point here. But I would probably say additional makes more sense. But we'll see what their super attack effect is here. So let's take a look at their super attacks here. So we have the rivalry. I can't even see the full name. The rivalry between 3 great Super Saiyans, I guess is what it is. So greatly raise attack for 3 turns and causes colossal damage to enemy. Really, they don't get defense on this. Greatly raises attack for 3 turns and causes colossal damage to enemy. I mean, if they super like 4 times, because this unit can super up to 5 times, right? In a single turn. They have their normal super attack. They can get up to 3 additionals, depending on if you get 9 key spheres. And then they can have their hidden potential system additional super attack. So they can greatly raise their attack for 3 turns every single time they super, and you can do this 5 times. You know what this is really going to do? This is going to massively power up the active skill. This active skill, I'm telling you guys right now, this active skill is going to hit insanely hard. They're technically not stacking their attack infinitely, but because this is a great raise for 3 turns, like I'm telling you, this is going to hit like a truck, like a nuclear bomb. It's going to. All right, the 18 key is the triple key wave. Greatly raise attack and defense for 3 turns and then causes mega colossal damage. Okay, so they did give defense on the ultra super attack. And this is still greatly raising attack as well for 3 turns. So there's no reason to purposely go for the 12 key on this character. I'm just trying to think, like, how would I build this character? I feel like there's actually not like a wrong way to build them. Crit would help them do a lot of damage. I think you actually probably don't want to give them a ton of additional. I would say maybe this is kind of a similar situation actually to what I was saying about 21, is because 21 is already doing so many attacks every single turn anyway, that there's going to be a high chance that you activate the hidden potential system additional because you're doing so many attacks, even if you don't have a lot of investment. So I would say for this character, there's not really a need to go like 25 additional on them. I would say probably just aim for like 12 to 14 is what I would say, 12 to 14 additional. Obviously, the chances that you're going to activate the additional are going to depend on how many orbs you get, which would then translate to how many additionals they're going to get from the passive here. But again, I would say very similar to a situation that we saw with 21. I'm probably going to aim for like 14 additional on the character. And then the remainder of what I'm going to invest in them is probably going to be a split between crit and dodge. Dodge could be a pretty effective tool for this unit. I have no clue, just looking at the details here, how well they'll be able to tank. They do have the 30% damage reduction for the first 5 turns. They're getting, I mean, again, as with most other units in the game, they're getting the majority of their defense via supering, right? They're getting 130% extra stats when they attack, and then they're going to get the 3 turns of greatly raising defense and attack when they do their 18 key super attack. So dodge could be effective, especially if you're going up against a lot of these AoE bosses. Like if you're on JP, you have the Omega fight, and then of course everyone's favorite encounter, the Red Zone Fusion Zamasu fight that does AoE's turn 1 for like 1 million damage. It's ridiculous. So dodge could be effective. I think additionals could also work. I think I might just probably, again, 14 additional and then spread the rest out between crit and dodge. I'm going to be pretty curious and interested in seeing how much this character does with their active skill. If you are able to stack up tons and tons of attack buffs from their 12 key super. Like, I'm telling you, it's gonna hit like an atomic bomb. It's gonna be pretty crazy. Okay, I mean, again, not like a super mega complex in-depth unit here, but they definitely do seem pretty fun. So let me know down below what you guys think of the Android 13 movie, Super Saiyan Goku, Trunks, and Vegeta. I kind of find it hilarious that they didn't give us 13 for the Dokkan Fest. Like they could have very easily have given us a Fusion Android 13 instead of 21, and they just skipped them. You just skipped 13. And I don't even think we're gonna get the Easy A for the AGL 13 because they never give us an Easy A with this this LR scheduling wise, right? So we'll see what they end up doing, but definitely looks like a pretty fun character. Again, I really like the fact that they are giving us this new mechanic here. It definitely looks pretty fun. It's going to add a lot of variety to the performance that you see out of the character every single turn, which I think definitely is good. Like seeing the same exact performance every single turn, at least for me, is not as fun as if they had variance in their performance. I guess we could take a quick look at like categories and stuff. So Super Saiyans, Joined Forces, Movie Heroes, Transformation Boost, Kamehameha, Final Trump Card, Connected Hope, and Power of Wishes. Yeah, Power of Wishes is just constantly getting buffs every second. I guess the one thing we could talk about is they're omitted from Pure Saiyans because Trunks is part of the character. Not really a huge deal right now, at least. And then link-wise, Super Saiyan, Golden Warrior, Saiyan Warrior Race, Experienced Fighters, Prepare for Battle, Fierce Battle, Legendary Power. And then one of the last thing to mention here is that they actually are a new named character. We don't have a Super Saiyan Goku, Vegeta, and Trunks in the game yet. So this is going to be a character that you should be able to link up with every other unit in the game because you're not going to be running another Super Saiyan Goku, Vegeta, and Trunks. So this is a very standard link set here. Super Saiyan Golden War. I mean, this is I imagine this is the same exact link set as this guy. Super Saiyan Golden War. Same, yeah, it's the Experienced Fighters. I think it's the same. Yeah, it's literally the same exact link set. We could even pull up the linking tool here and let me see if I can just like find this Goku. It's gonna oh, he popped up right away. Nice. So like we could even just take a look and see what his linking partners would be. So oh, they actually share a 7 out of 7 with the 8th anniversary Spirit Bomb character. Okay, that's interesting. We have the Goku and Gohan unit. We have Future Gohan at 6 links. That's gonna be a good partnership, I think. We're really looking for characters that orb change. I mean, if you have them next to this 8th anniversary character, when you stand by with them, they do become a rainbow orb changer, so that could be really good for them. This Trunks, does it? I feel like this Trunks is a rainbow orb changer once he goes into the standby mode. I actually don't even remember. Yeah, he is. So there's a few interesting characters here. Of course, Tech Gogeta. Whenever he gets an EZA, Tech Gogeta also has like what is it, like the chance to rainbow orb change before he fuses. So interesting release here. Let me know down below what you guys think. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next one.